Gauteng Education, Steve Mabona. Thank you for being with us, Steve. Although, what a story. So tell us how this emerged. Apparently one parent realized there was something wrong with her child and it just spread after that.
Yes, definitely. Quite a sad one. When we interacted with the school management, it came across that actually the incident, there's a lot of incidents that were happening at the school, and the process started as early as February. Hence, we felt that, look, we need them to launch an investigation on the school management and the principal to say why we were not informed about this, why was the district not informed, and what is it that they did, you know, between that line, because we are informed that there was some sense of suppressing the information, because they were saying to
Are you
learners,
joking? So people knew that a guard was molesting young children, 6 years old, and keeping quiet about it?
According to the information at our disposal, yes, they knew, but then they suppressed the information by advising learners not to tell anyone outside the school environment.
Was this teachers or the principal herself apparently involved?
The information that prevails is that the principal had some utterances of that sort, and hence we are saying the school management and the principal, we have decided to remove them from the school, to say let's give an opportunity the body that we have appointed to conduct an investigation and give us information on what might have transpired. Hence we are also saying the SGB must also be given an opportunity to tell us on why must we not then dissolve them, because if such an incident can happen in your environment, how do you say this is a fully functional school, meanwhile such incidents are happening in your environment?
This is beyond shocking. I'm just trying to get my head around it, that teachers and a principal would keep quiet and protect a guard molesting children. Why would they do it? Is it a relationship with the guard, or were they scared of information affecting the school?
Look, the investigation will assist us with the facts on why did that happen, because hence we felt that, look, we cannot leave this, we need to then to investigate. So we reliant on the body to assist us with the facts on why would people do such a thing. I mean, these are children. The school environment is an environment where you will think that learners are safe. Hence we have put an emphasis on security and school safety, to say anything that is not needed in our environment, we make sure that we investigate. We don't need weapons, we don't need drugs in our schooling environment as part of school safety. So we don't understand how an incident like this will happen in our environment, and people just decide to keep quiet about it.
You said as early as February. Was that when the guard was employed? What did he actually do? Did he wander around the school? Did he patrol the outside of the school? Tell us more about the guard.
The guards are your scholar patroller. We call them scholar patroller. It's an additional security that we have in a schooling environment. They are employed with an assistance of Department of Community Safety, because they will take from CPFs, they play a role there, and we will give them a contract of a year, and after that it will then lapse, and then we'll appoint others, because they move from schools, you know, in the areas, and they are appointed there. So what we said, we need to tighten up our process of, you know, screening, vetting, and making sure that we appoint people that we are sure that they would not do such activities. And it's quite appalling that this incident occurred, and it was kept at the school environment without, even the district was not even informed about this. So we learned that in somewhere around September, 2 weeks ago, they then wanted to inform the district, but then the district was only informed you know, a few days ago, like as us, and hence we are saying we really need.
And this
to
was after the parent complained. That's when they thought of telling the district.
One learner went home after this perpetrator uttered some words which were really uncomfortable to her, and informed the grandparent. The grandparent came to school and informed the principal. Then they started the process of interviewing other children, and actually it came across that there was about 54 learners who then came forward to say, I was also assaulted, and today we then learn that actually the number has increased because the process of counseling has begun. So other parents and children are coming to say, I was also, assaulted. So we are standing at 83 learners who might have been sexually assaulted.
And let's just put this in context. What I've read in one incident, it actually sounds like rape, if there's any sort of penetration. And these are young children, as young as 6, mostly grade R learners.
Yes, any penetration, because the allegation is that he was then very uncomfortably playing or touching them, in the private parts, and he went to an extent of, fingering them. Yeah. So it's quite, gory stuff that we had, and that is tantamount to rape. I mean, when you look at the rape and when you look at the Children's Act, you will see that any penetration will then be tantamount to rape. So that's why it's sexual assault. So
the problem is it's so hard when these young children have to go to court to ensure prosecutions. Can you assure us that as Gauteng Education, you will really do as much as you can to ensure this is dealt with properly?
Look, the support is there. I mean, the stakeholders that we're working with, Teddy Bear Clinic, as you will know, that they specialize in such incidences. They are there assisting us. There's a certain protocols that you need to follow when a child is abused. So you need to follow that so that you don't lose a case. So we are following those processes. When you interact with those children, you don't interact them like normally you will do as me and you who are not trained in that space. So the professionals will then utilize the protocols, interview them in accordance, and make sure that the evidence will then be led in court. We'll understand that it will also be done in camera because those are children. So we are working very closely with all relevant stakeholders. We have social development on board, Department of Health as well, they're on board, and our senior officials who are responsible for psychosocial support services, they are on board.
I just want to clarify something. You said that the principal and the teachers may have kept quiet, even tried to cover this up. Was that after the parent complained? So we're talking about a few days, or did they perhaps know about this in advance of that?
No. The information that came yesterday, because remember yesterday we visited the school with the MEC, and during that explanation was that actually the principal confessed that actually this incident started in February. And then the question,
she knew about it since February.
She knew about it
and children who were in danger of being raped, she did not protect them from February to now. It's staggering.
Definitely. That's why we said, look, there must be an investigative body that is going to investigate all this, and we must immediately remove her and her management team from the school so that that body can then conduct that investigation. We don't know what they will find. Probably other teachers or any other one will be implicated. We don't know as such. We will then be giving an opportunity to the investigative body to give us that.
Very quickly, what are you doing about security in other schools?
Look, this is is the first of such an incident. I mean, our patrollers, we honestly, without chastising all of them, I mean, they do sterling work. I mean, 3 weeks ago, about 3 of our patrollers were shot dead at schools and trying to protect us and our learners. But then we are saying, let's make sure that we screen them and make sure that we have people that are supposed to be in our schooling environment.
Thank you very much. Steve Mabona from Gauteng Education. All right.